What's going on? It's Justeeni here. Today, I'm going to be seeing if the buff to Oumaji was enough. Or maybe it wasn't. Is Oumaji secretly even worse now than they were before, relatively speaking, of course. Obviously, objectively, they got buffed, but I think it's interesting to think about nonetheless. Because Oumaji is usually viewed pretty highly in terms of non-turn 0 tribes, but is that the case anymore? Well, I'm going to show you a game. Normal Pangea. This is normally Oumaji's best map. We'll kind of see. I played a game. You'll actually recognize the opponent. It's Dazo. Everyone say hi to Dazo. Dazo's amazing. And yeah, that's all I have to say about him. He's just a cool guy. So you can kind of see how that extra starting star affects Oumaji, and it actually doesn't affect anything right now. And it actually still doesn't affect anything. Okay, but now it affects something. So now I can get a workshop and a rider, or an explorer if I want to. So I can get a nice bounce, you know, taking advantage of Oumaji's early riders here. And I decided to go for this rune. It's pretty risky, but I see, like, yeah, the warrior wants to go in the village. It could go and snag the rune, and that would suck. Maybe not the best play because of that, but I go for it anyway. But then they take this village away from me, and they block it. And I get a free spirit rune, which is terrible. Not looking too good for me, actually. I'm gonna get outrider roaded by a tribe that is also good at rider roads, but they're not like Oumaji. And then I get a chivalry rune. Oh my goodness. Chivalry is absolutely atrocious here, because we're both spamming riders. You pretty much never go archers into Oumaji. There's not much of a reason to, so my knights are going to get next to no value. So I go roads pre-cap. I was considering farming, but like, it's okay, but I really need roads to actually defend here. So yeah, just kind of building up units. And the opponent's building up their economy and units at the same time. I'm unfortunately way behind in this position. It's a little tricky to catch up. It's kind of hard to say, like, oh, is this bad spawn? Like, the runes weren't in my favor, and there's some gaps here. Or maybe the opponent had a really good spawn. There's a lot of things that you can chalk up the situation to be. But I will say, Oumaji does not have an easy time navigating a tough situation, so I found, like, at least from my experience of Oumaji, I have played the tribe a lot, not actually post-buff, surprisingly. But one thing with Oumaji, like, you kind of have to rely on the opponent to mess up to really get going, which in this case it looks like the opponent messed up, but actually I don't quite have it. You can see I'm actually just 2 stars short of being able to take them off this village. Not only that, but I would have gotten my killer monument as well. So I'm really, really close. So close. And yet so far, unfortunately, I'm not actually going to be able to get things done. Rare Justeeni L with one of these videos. Like, I mean, I do lose from time to time. I find most of them are boring, but I figured this game was actually, like, worth showing kind of what can happen with Oumaji. Not all sunshine and rainbows. With a lot of the other tribes that I have showed, I really just am winning most of the time. But with Oumaji, it's actually a bit trickier, especially against like a good opponent like this Abasi was. Like, don't get me wrong, you definitely can do some things with Oumaji, but I'm not sure if I'd rate them as highly as other tribes. But I do have another game that might serve as a counterpoint. And kind of see how Oumaji deals with giants first. Spoiler, giants are like kryptonite for Oumaji. Post buff doesn't really make a difference. The 1 extra starting star is not helping you. And some tribes, like, you know, with the construction buff, some tribes get giants very easily. The construction buff does help Oumaji, but it's a bit harder for Oumaji to get construction than Zabasi. And so, unfortunately, they get the siege. I'm pretty close to getting that move, but not quite. I have exactly enough units, but I can't position them where I need them. So I just resign here, but I'll go ahead and cut to the next match. Alright, this time, small lakes against, this was like an 1800 Saimanti. It's like a really high elo Saimanti. I'll see how things go here. So this time, because it's lakes, I decide I'm just going to go with a one-rider opening. This is a much more economic approach. You get that turn 2 level up. It's just like you're playing a non-turn 0 tribe, but you capture on turn 2 as well, and then you double rider turn 3. This used to not be possible. You see I end the turn with 0 stars. Previously with this opening, you just upgrade turn 3 and then spam more riders, but you can actually get that expansion going a little sooner. And this kind of works out pretty well. I mean, if you compare it to a typical like non-turn 0 tribe, they're getting to their C3 sooner, and they are getting more eco, but you get more riders sooner. You don't see any tribe actually able to get this many riders on turn 3. So this is a nice benefit of this opening. Like, I will say, Oumaji is economically inferior to pretty much most of the other tribes, which does put them at a disadvantage, but you do have some things you can leverage. So I go fishing here. Why do I go fishing? Well, because I want a giant in my capital. You see the giant in my capital? Yes, port connection. Boom. You guys are so smart. You know, because you watch my videos and you subscribe to my channel and you turn notifications on, which not a lot of you guys actually do. Should do that so then you don't miss any uploads. Do you like that shameless plug? I certainly did. But yeah, I meet the opponent, kick them off the village. Again, this is something Oumaji does really well. Oumaji and Hodrick are really good at village denial, but Oumaji is really good at like stealing villages too. And I get a resource rune, super good here. So then I can just get that giant going. I don't even need the fruit because I got the lighthouse from earlier. Spark of Fortune here, planting another giant. Get that level up, second port there. It's a pretty quick ROI, so it's worth it. Get everything going. You know, see, I'm just not really going roads at all. My riders are plenty sufficient, so I can actually go pretty eco-heavy. And yeah, they get some vision with the hexapod. I kill it. I send my giants in. I actually have quite a few giants. Like, one thing with the Oumaji terrain, it's always so hit or miss. You can see this is one of the times where it hits. I had 2 fruit and 4 farms. That doesn't always happen. I will say, like, if Oumaji were to need a buff, I wouldn't look towards Starting Stars, I would look towards their terrain, me personally. Because I think inconsistent is a good way to describe it. Oumaji can be a bit hit or miss because of that. But yeah, Saimanti's doing their thing, trying to pressure. They only have 1 centipede, and what looks to be 3 cities. I have 4 cities, I have 2 giants. I'm going to pressure them, and I'm going to do pretty well. The star runes most certainly did help, but you know, this is a pretty nice position, and Saimanti hasn't really had a chance to like go in, except now they're trying to get a chance here. Centipede here, how do I defend this? I can get construction, burn this, windmill, get to level 4, plus port, fish, that is a giant. I can defend that, but it's very expensive. I get construction, but I'm not using it here. I'm using it to get another giant up here, so I'm just going to overwhelm this village in the middle. Don't step on it yet. They have units, they can probably clear it off. I'm gonna force them to commit. And here Saimanti makes a fatal mistake. Their shaman is exposed, and I'm able to just snipe it. And then now I know I can just take the village. This is now completely winning for me. Saimanti looks super dangerous here. They get the ruin. They're just taking it. They're taking the city, but I don't care. Take the city. Take the ruin. Your shaman's gone. I'm taking the village. They're very smart with the centipede play here. But my riders are taking out the hexapods. My giant is right on top of their capital. I'm getting another city here, so it's going to be a 5-on-4, so I'm still up in cities anyway. It's going to explore. Going to get myself Eye of God. Boom. That's going to get me yet another giant, possibly. Depending on where I place it, I go for the connection, for the nice easy upgrade here. And I don't place my monument, possibly saving it for this city to pop a giant out of nowhere. But they do cover this tile, and grow that centipede even further, sieging with the warrior instead, which is a very smart play for them. And they're sacrificing all their hexapods because they need to deal with this giant. They're getting ready for another centipede, so I siege with the rider instead. You know, I have to catch them off guard, and because, you know, it wouldn't be wise to siege with the giant anyway. I'm gonna weaken this centipede, it's trapped. There's nowhere it can go. There goes the Gate of Power, there goes the Eye of God. There's another giant. See, this monument use, if you guys want to know what's really important with Oumaji, monument use is so important. Every monument should be calculated. This is the tribe that like taught me how to use monuments, because it's so important with this tribe. But yeah, they're trying to do their thing. Unfortunately, that centipede attack isn't too good. Their segment is super exposed, and yeah, this is just a winning position for me. I get climbing, I get sailing, and then I smack that centipede down to 1 HP. And they've got this army down here, but it's not doing anything. They've got some centipedes, but they're not really up to much. I'm just gonna take out that segment, poke that a little bit. My giants are still alive. I only lost one giant through all this, and they lost their shaman and a centipede and a village. 2 villages, actually, because they had a shot at this village if I didn't have the juggernaut there. I only lost 1 village here, but yeah, pretty interesting game. Again, against the highly some anti. So let me know what you guys think, though, because I think it's kind of hard to say. I think personally, Oumaji is bottom 3. Sounds kind of crazy, but when you think about it, most of the tribes in the game are kind of just better. Because Oumaji's not bad by any means, but like, look at all the tribes here. Like, what tribe's worse than Oumaji? I mean, Venger, of course. But then after that, what's worse than Oumaji? Yadok? Well, they're amazing on continents with the trade rush, and their road openings are very solid. Just doing normal openings, just having roads in general, gives you so much utility. This tribe definitely has a better eco than Oumaji, and they can compete with the rider spam using roaded warriors or even roaded riders. Quetzali's pretty nasty with the defenders and archers. They can play very aggressive, but their resources are also good for really quick development. Philo, hello? The turn zeros, I don't think I even need to explain. Even like Barter, they're at turn 0. Even though their terrain's kind of bad, I'd still say they're better than Oumaji, especially like again on like Archipelago, even Conti. I'd favor Barter, and on Lakes, of course, I favor Barter for sure, because like ranged units are so much better there. Luxor is definitely better. Hodrick is definitely better. Chinchi, I'd argue, is better as well. Like, you can even make an argument that Oumaji's bottom 2, but that's not to say, oh, you like Oumaji, stop playing them. No. It doesn't hurt to be a low tier legend, you know? And the fact that I can say that Oumaji is arguably a low tier, but you can absolutely play them against randos and win, I think that's definitely a testament to how good the balance patch is. I know glazing Vigil on it a bit, but hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.